Hello, I welcome you to today's lesson. My name is Paul Williams. So for you today we have science. Science for basic 6. Okay, so what is today's topic? Our topic is here. I hope you can see. Let's read it together. Air supports burning. Air supports burning. So today we are going to look at air. And we are going to look at how air supports burning. Okay, so in the house, our parents use charcoal, coal pots, and other things to prepare food. Some also use gas, the LPG, to prepare food. Sometimes too, the waste that we generate in the house, the solid waste, we gather them and we set fire into it, we burn it. Burning does not just happen like that. A lot of things happen before something, an object, can be burnt. So today we are going to look at some of the things that happen during burning. And one of the things that our focus is on the air, how air plays important role in burning. So how does air support burning? That is what we are going to look at today. So from today onwards, anytime you see that there is fire outbreak, something is burning, know what to do. If you pay attention, you'll be able to quench fire within a twinkling of an eye. You don't need to shout, call for help and other things. Per what you are going to learn, the understanding that you get from today's lesson, you'll be well equipped to face any fire outbreak, and then you play your part to help control it, to help quench it, to help stop it. So pay attention. Okay, now let's look at the keywords. The words that we are going to find. Some of the words. The first one is composition. Composition. We are talking about parts of something. Parts of something. So air has different parts. These parts come together to form what we call air. That is what we mean by composition. The next word is pharmaceutical. Pharmaceutical. What's the meaning of pharmaceutical? We are talking about medicinal drugs. We are talking about medicinal drugs. So pharmaceutical. So we are talking about medicinal drugs. Okay, so the next one is overheating. Overheating. Over means excess. Excess. Heating something in excess, or when something becomes hotter than what it should be, you see that thing is what? Overheated. Okay, so overheating. Overheating here is overheating. So making something becoming what? Hotter than usual. Hotter than what is supposed to be. Okay. The next one is mixture. Mixture. As for mixture, from class 1 up to now, I believe you know what a mixture is. That is a combination of 2 or more substances. Mixture is just a combination of 2 or more substances. So these are the keywords that we will see in the lesson. Now let's look at this side. Air is everywhere and is used by all living things. In fact, air is everywhere. And when we talk of living things, we are talking about human beings, we are talking about animals, we are talking about plants. These living things use air. Air is used for so many things. You use air, you breathe air. You use air to dry your things. You use air to do so many things. So the air that we have around is so important. In fact, without air, we can't live because we cannot breathe. And the moment we stop breathing, that is when our life comes to an end. So air is so important. But one thing that you should know is that air is a mixture. Yes, it's a mixture because they are different, or it contains different gases, and all these gases come together to form air. So if I ask you to define air, air is a mixture of gases. That is simple definition. Air is a mixture of gases. So the air that you breathe in, you breathe out, you breathe in, you breathe out, is made up of different gases, different parts. So now let's look at the parts, or the constituents, or the components of air. Now, I said it's made up of different gases. So these are the gases. We have nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide, water vapor, other gases. Now, all these have their percentage. All these have their percentage. So the air that we breathe, the percentage of nitrogen in it is 78%. The percentage of oxygen is 21%. Percentage of argon is 0.93%. Percentage of carbon dioxide is 0.04%. Percentage of water vapor, it varies. It is not fixed, it varies. And then the other gases too also varies. So apart from this one, water vapor is also a component of air. Other gases too are also components of what? Air. But their percentages are not fixed. It changes depending on the weather. Okay, now the one with the highest percentage is nitrogen, which is 78%, followed by oxygen 21%, argon 0.93%, and then we have carbon dioxide 0.04%. So in an examination, if you are asked to give or write a component of air, we are talking about different parts that come together to form air. So the components are nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide, we have water vapor, and other particles or other gases. They come together to form air. So every air that we breathe, we use, these are the components. Okay, the percentages too are also here. Look at them. Let's continue. Uses of the composition of air. So we are talking about the composition, the parts of air. We have 5. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6. But the main ones that we are looking at is nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide. And we will also look at water vapor. Now we are going to look at each of them and what it's used for, the use or the importance of each of the components. The first one is nitrogen. What do we use nitrogen for? Do we need nitrogen at all? So let me highlight this for you to see. So nitrogen, we are looking at nitrogen, uses of nitrogen. Nitrogen is used together with other chemicals to preserve food. So if you look at this side, to preserve food, you need nitrogen and other chemicals. So nitrogen helps in food preservation. 2, it is used in pharmaceutical industries to prepare drugs. So look at the drugs here. They use nitrogen and other chemicals. In fact, in the preparation of these drugs, they use nitrogen. So nitrogen plays important role in pharmaceutical industries. Okay, so the next one is this. What do you see here? What you see here is computer. These are the physical, the part that you can touch, you can see. That is the hardware of a computer we are talking about. The part we can touch, the part we can see. So to get these parts, you need different materials. And when your computer too is working, if your computer, you use your computer for a period of time, a longer period of time, you see that sometimes it becomes overheated. So when your computer becomes overheated, it affects the function. But they have something in the computer that prevents it from becoming what? Overheated. So what they use is nitrogen. So nitrogen helps or is used in building computers, and that helps to prevent the computer from becoming what? Overheated. Okay, so to prevent overheating, you use nitrogen. Here too, nitrogen is used as a coolant in refrigerators. So if you have fridge, you see at the back of the fridge they have some things there. Yes, so nitrogen is there. Those things help the fridge to produce cool air. Okay, another use of nitrogen is fertilizer. Those who manufacture fertilizer, they need nitrogen, or they use nitrogen to manufacture fertilizer. You know, we use fertilizer to fertilize our soil, to make the soil rich for plants. Okay, so that is nitrogen. Let's look at oxygen. So oxygen supports burning. Look at this. So you see that the charcoal here, you see the hand, you see the fan, the person is fanning the fire, and you see how it is burning. So we say that oxygen supports burning. Oxygen is one of the parts, one of the components of air. Oxygen is one of the components of air. Okay, so that is that. Let's come to this side. Okay, so what do you see here? Here we have a plant. This water treatment plant is used to treat water, make water clean. This plant too functions well with oxygen. So the water treatment plant, they use oxygen to function so that our water bodies can be what? Purified. Okay. Now let's come to this side. Human beings and animals breathe oxygen. Who doesn't breathe? We all breathe. The air that we breathe in is oxygen. We breathe in oxygen. So look at the animal here. Animals too breathe in oxygen. Okay. The same thing is here. Oxygen is used in industries for welding torches. So if you look at this, the welders, yes, they use oxygen in their work. Okay, let's come to the next one. Oxygen is used in hospitals to support patients who cannot breathe well. So those who cannot breathe well in hospitals, they give them oxygen. So if you look at this, someone here, a patient is here, you see the oxygen. Yes, so oxygen is so important. We've seen that oxygen is used for burning. The water treatment plants, they use oxygen. Animals, human beings, we all use oxygen to breathe. Here, the welders, they use oxygen. And if you go to the hospital and you find it difficult to breathe, they will give you what? Oxygen. So that is that for oxygen. Now let's look at another component of air, which is carbon dioxide. What are the uses of carbon dioxide? If you look at this, what do you see? You see plants, and then you see carbon dioxide. So plants prepare their own food. The process that we call photosynthesis. So it's the preparation of plant food. They use the sun, water from the soil, and then carbon dioxide. So one of the uses of carbon dioxide is that plants use carbon dioxide to prepare their own food. There's carbon dioxide and other things like the sun, light, and water. Okay. The next one is this. We are looking at carbon dioxide. What is this? Fire extinguisher. So if you want to extinguish fire, you use this. This is the best tool to fight fire. Now, what do we have inside? We have chemicals. We have some things in it. And the things that we have inside, one of them is carbon dioxide. So this tells you that carbon dioxide is used to stop fire, to quench fire. Okay. Now, There is another one here. Look at it and tell me what you see. What is this? Coke. I know this. I know this. I know this. In fact, I know all of them. Yes, you too, you know all of them. To prepare this one, you need carbon. You need what? Carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is used to prepare carbonated or fizzy drinks. So all these are carbonated drinks. When you shake, let's take this Coke. If you shake it and open it, you see gas coming out. That gas, where is it coming from? It's part of the liquid. It's part of the liquid. But when you open it, you see the gas rising outside or moving outside from the bottle. So that gas is what we call the carbon dioxide. That gas is what? Carbon dioxide. That's why most of them, when you open it, you see gas coming out. We call them carbonated. They contain carbon. You get it? Okay. Now let's come to the next one. Carbon dioxide is also used in industries to make fertilizers. So industries that manufacture fertilizers, they use carbon dioxide. Okay. Now let's come to the next one. What do you see here? What do you see here? Yes, this is rock bands. Is it rock bands or what? What's the name? But you see, the caterers, they use carbon dioxide in different ways that they don't even know. Now, carbon dioxide is used in baking and in the preparation of baking powder. So the baking powder that they use, yes, it contains what? Carbon dioxide, and that is used to bake things like this. Okay. Now we have seen three components of air. We have seen nitrogen, oxygen, we have seen carbon dioxide. The next one that we are going to look at is water vapor. Water vapor is one of the components of air, and I told you that the percentage of it varies. Okay. One, water vapor condenses to become clouds in the atmosphere. So the clouds that we see in the atmosphere, these clouds are formed because of water vapor. So when water vapor condenses, becomes cool, it changes to form clouds in the atmosphere. The next one is that water vapor contributes to the formation of rain. So yes, anytime it rains, you should know that the rain water was once on the ground. It evaporated in the form, it evaporated and then it went up. When it goes up in the form of water vapor, the water vapor will change to form clouds and later it will fall as rain. So you see, water vapor, it plays important role in water cycle, how rain is what formed and how rain it also what falls. Okay, so this rainwater or this rain is from water vapor. It's from water vapor. Okay, now let's go to the next one. So look at this and tell me what you see. Yes, I can see clouds here, and this like the sun. Now let's read. Water vapor that forms clouds block the sun, creating shade. So sometimes you see the clouds in the atmosphere or in the sky. It blocks the sun. So anytime the sun is blocked by the clouds, we get shade. So another importance of water vapor. Okay. Now, let's look at the main activity here. Today's lesson is about how air supports burning. We are going to look at it. We have seen air. What air is. air is a mixture of gases. We have seen the components of air, the uses of all the components. Now let's look at how air supports burning. And after this, I will show you a video. Now let's look at it. The focus is to show how air supports burning. Materials needed: 2 candles, matches, transparent container. How to go about it? 1. Label the candle A and B. 2. Light the 2 candles and place them on a table. 3. Use the transparent container to cover candle A and leave candle B uncovered. Observe both candles burn and what happens after some time. So in conclusion, candle A stopped burning after it was covered with transparent container, but candle B did not stop burning. Candle A stopped burning because there was no air. Candle B kept on burning because there was air to support it. This means that air supports burning. So anytime something is burning and you want to stop it, you want to quench the fire, or you want to stop that thing from burning, what you have to do is to make sure the air around that place is prevented. So how do we do that? Now this experiment has explained everything to us. Let's go and watch a video and you understand it. Okay, so you watch what is happening here. I'll not make any comments. You finish watching, and after that I'll come in. Okay. So you see, we have 2 candles here. You light this one, you light this one. After some time, you cover this with transparent objects. This candle will stop burning after some time. This one will not stop burning. The one that is not covered will keep on burning, but the one that is covered will stop burning. Why? Okay, so let's watch it again. So you see the 2 candles, they are now burning. We have covered the first one. Have you seen this one is covered? Let's continue. Now this is covered, this is not covered. They are all what? Burning. Let's leave it and see what will happen. Now look at the flame here. Look at this one. You see this one is reducing. Let's continue. Now after some time, look at it. But this one is so burning. Okay. Now do we see the fire here? You don't even see anything. But this one is still burning. What is the reason? Why is it that this one has stopped and this one is still burning? This one has stopped because 1, it is covered with something, glass container. The glass container doesn't allow air to go into where the fire is, in the container. It prevents air from entering or going into it. And if there is no air, the effect is that burning will stop. If there is no air inside, burning will stop. The air that goes into it contains oxygen. The air that goes into it contains what? Oxygen. So it tells you that burning can happen if there is what? Oxygen. Without air, burning cannot take place. So even in the house, when your parents are preparing food, they are using charcoal and coal pots. They give you something to fan it, to blow more air. And you see that the more you blow the air, the more the fire will be coming. Do you get it? The more it will be burning, the fire will be what? Burning. So it tells you that more air, more burning. Less air, less burning. So if there is no air, there is no burning. So here in this case, you can see that here, because there is no air inside, it has stopped burning. But here, this is open, so the candle gets enough air to burn. So this is how burning happens. Let's say one day you realize that your books are burning and you want to stop it. Please don't take paper, don't take anything and do something like this to stop it. The more you do it, the more you are supporting it to burn, because you are brewing, you are giving more air. You see, air support burning. So for you to stop it, you need to cover it with something that will prevent air from going to where the burning is taking place. And if you prevent air, the fire will go off by itself. So in the case of this, you see that we didn't do anything. We didn't use any paper to stop this. We just covered it. We just prevented air from going into the candle. And that is why we have the candle off. This one, which was not covered, you see is still burning. So if you are told to explain why or how air support burning, this is one practical way to explain it. How air supports burning. This one is burning because it has air. This one has stopped because it doesn't have air. Okay, so let's go back. So we have seen the activity. That is what we went to watch. Okay, now let's come here. Uses of air. One, air, or we need air to breathe. We breathe air. Two, we use air to dry our clothes and items. So if you want to dry something, apart from the sun, the air is also used for drying. Okay, so if you want to dry it in the night, wash your things, hang it at the window, and you see that the following day you can use it, you can wear it. The next one, air helps birds and aeroplanes to fly. So the birds and aeroplanes that are able to fly, they are able to do that because of air. Now, number 4, ties, balloon, footballs, and other objects needs air. So before you can play football, you need air in it. The car tires, we have air in it. So without air, all these things cannot function. Imagine a car has flat tire. There is no air in it. Can it move? It cannot move. It needs air. So you see, air is so important. Very, very important. Okay, so we are bringing our lesson to a close. We have learned about gases. We have learned about gases that come together to form air. And we said that air is a mixture of gases. The composition of gases, we have seen them. We have seen nitrogen, oxygen, argon, carbon dioxide. We have seen water vapor and other gases. We have also seen the use of all these components of air. And we have also watched a video about how air supports burning. And finally, we looked at the importance of air. So that is what we have learned today. I hope you have understood everything. If you still have questions, feel free. The numbers are there. You can call to ask your questions. And you know your teachers. They are there for you. Your parents are also there for you. Go to them and ask your questions. If you have questions, go to them. Apart from that, if you want to watch the video again, yes, you can watch it again and you understand everything. Okay, remember that this is Kokromoti series. We have textbooks, science textbooks from basic 1 to basic 6. We also have Asante tree, basic 1 to basic 6. We have a Kreatum tree from basic 1 to basic 6. Okay, so if you need copies, just call the number and then we'll make sure you get copies. Our videos are on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. Go there, watch our videos, share the link with others, tell people about it. It's Kokromoti series. We always bring to you what your teachers are giving to you in the classroom. That is our main purpose. help us to grow the channel. After watching, make sure you subscribe, you share, and then you comment. You follow and just help promote the channel. Thanks so much. Bye bye.